It's time to get your morning started with the news you need to know.
News update.
This is what's trending with DJ and PK. Hashtag Utah Jazz.
Big part of having an attitude of gratitude, being thankful for every moment, reflecting on the fact that when you were a kid, you would kill for this opportunity to be in the NBA, and not a lot of people have this opportunity, so to be thankful for that, be thankful for the people around you. Gratitude and giving thanks is like the biggest weapon against negative thoughts.
That is Walker Kessler on his mindset. His mindset was way more important to Jazz fans when he played for the Jazz. But he's been a Laker now for about 21 hours, PK.
There's two things I'd be grateful for if I were Walker Kessler, and that would be the 1st of the month and the 15th of the month.
Thought maybe you'd go with, being 7 feet tall. Being relatively athletic.
Yeah, but I still think you have to work at that. I mean, obviously he's 7 feet tall, so that's going to help. But there's, obviously a lot of people that are. But there are people who are tall who aren't good. And I don't want to discredit him for the work that he put in. And here he is, man.
Yep.
It's a business decision. I think that maybe by the Lakers making those picks available, maybe it lowers the price a little bit, because then the Jazz don't need to get in a bidding war, and the Lakers don't have to go quite as high as maybe they would have had to. So there you go. And then the Jazz pick up Jaxson Hayes, and see what that means as far as the center position. And position may not be as good, but you use that money available to make the team better, and that's all how it plays out.
Jaxson Hayes, 2 years, $12 million, center by committee. Maybe a little bit of him, maybe a little bit of Nurkic, who's the maybe a little bit of JJJ and Filipowski. And out of the four of them, who's having a good night, who matches up, what else is happening in the game, we'll see who emerges. Competition's supposed to make everybody better, PK, so there's 4 people competing for minutes. Although one of the 4 already could have a lot of minutes playing the 4 spot, so 3.5 people competing for 1.
Jared Jaxson obviously will be on the floor as much as they want him to be. The other 2 guys, the other 3, if you throw Filipowski in there, who's to see? Or who's to say, I should say. And I guess who's to see as far as who plays the position the majority of the time. And, you're not asking for a whole lot. A kid like Hayes has got a lively body. Been in the league now. He's only 26, but these kids come in so young. He's been in the league 6-7 years. See what he can do.
And to your point, there is more money to go out and get somebody else if they want. Is there still a trade coming? What about the draft picks? And more importantly, the money. It's not like money has to be spent right now. There's midseason and there's next summer when Keontae George needs to be paid. So a lot of different places to spend that money going forward. Man, Kessler, LA has got to be in win now mode, right? You got new owners you got to impress. That was probably part of the equation in this trade, is that if you're the GM and you're Pelinka and the new owners are here and they got high expectations, you got to do something. And the Jazz did get more draft picks than Jaylen Brown got in the Boston-Philly deal. But Pelinka had to make it happen now.
From the Laker perspective, just Stephen A. Smith, you hear him going to town on the 3 white guys at the top?
I didn't.
Oh, of course you didn't. I didn't think you did.
When did he do it? But he's not on for another hour.
Yesterday.
On his podcast yesterday.
Oh, on his podcast.
It was actually on Sirius XM, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he's saying, come on, what team has ever won with 3 white guys at the top?
I'll find it. We can play it later.
I mean, and then he takes a shot at Utah. This is Los Angeles. This isn't Utah. He's upset about it, and then obviously the Kardashians are upset about it.
Oh, Walker Kessler's going to be in the spotlight now. Going to have to win now. The pressure increases
on everybody. That's pro sports, though.
Yep. All right, DJ and PK.
Hashtag NBA.
For this particular time, Max, was a lot different. And I asked him, I said, listen, this is going into year 24. you don't owe anybody anything, right? You've accomplished more than any player has ever accomplished. You got every record, all the stuff. Let's find one foundational thing to build off of. And if I asked you that, what would it be? I don't need to answer now, but let's just try to find that. And so he said, okay, fine. Took a day or so, and he called me back. And he said, okay, man, you know what? I just want to have complete happiness. And I said, great, let's start there.
Rich Paul and what LeBron James is looking for. Cleveland and the Warriors supposed to be the leaders here.
Complete happiness?
Yeah, good luck with that.
Oh, brother. Jeez. You're not happy enough.
A lot of money, a lot of rings. Your nickname is King.
He wants complete happiness.
Complete.
I just want to pay the mortgage.
I do believe the mortgage paying is all accomplished in LeBron James' financial world.
Oh, brother. Just add a touch. I mean, I couldn't even listen to all that.
Celtics trade Jaylen Brown to the Sixers in a blockbuster deal for Paul George, 2 first-round picks, 2028 and 2031, along with 2 second-round picks in 2028 and 2030. So there he is, right to one of the ancient rivals, Boston, Philly. I think we could see a Boston-Philly game on Christmas Day now. Lock that one in. Let's go.
Yeah, on the surface, it doesn't seem like that the Celtics got enough. It seems like Paul George, very good talent, obviously, but it looks like his better days or best days are behind him. He's been hurt a lot. What's his availability? I always thought he was the prototypical NBA athlete, lean, long, strong, can do a lot of different things for you, but hasn't been playing at that level for a while. It's bounced around. Maybe it's a situation where Jaylen Brown had become just too much of an issue with the team, and so they needed to unload him, and that was the best deal they could get. That's unfortunate from the Boston perspective. Philadelphia, he's a better player individually, gives them some firepower with Edgecombe and Maxey, but the key is still Embiid, and he's really good, but he rarely plays. So I can see why Philadelphia would want to make that move. Get a little younger. Boston, yeah, wow, man. Reading some of the reviews, they're going to be lucky to make the play-in next year. It seems a little
dramatic. Over the top of that.
Dramatic, yeah.
But they're not a champ. But you wouldn't put them on the championship tier right now. No way. I mean, we can argue about how far they're going to fall, and I don't think they're going to fall to the play-in. But they're not on the championship tier. And that's even with the East being wide open and not knowing where LeBron is going to. If nothing else, it looks like Philadelphia has moved in front of Boston. And you can argue even with Embiid out, now they got 3 really good players and they can still. I don't know that they could win it all without Embiid, but they're one of the better teams in the East, even if he doesn't play. The Edgecombe, Maxey, Jaylen Brown trio, that's pretty potent. I mean, how many teams in the East can match that?
Do you think it's better than Doncic, Kessler, and Reeves?
Well, Philly will score more points. I don't know how they'll defend. The Lakers ought to be better with the rim protector there. That ought to fix some stuff right away. There's stats out there on people see Kessler and they don't even want to drive in there. They don't even want to try. They turn into the jump shooting teams to drive you mad.
I thought everybody shoots threes anyway.
And I don't know that it's going to matter with the Lakers and the Sixers. They'll play each other twice. I don't think they're going to see each other in the final.
Well, yeah, but it's not one-on-one. It's just who got the better deal. I mean, this is sports talk radio. I mean,
I think Philly got the better deal of all the blockbuster moves yesterday.
And so even if they're in the same conference, they'd only play 2 more times after that.
They might see each other for 7 in the playoffs. Celtics signed Mike Conley. He gets 1 year. Mitchell Robinson goes in on a 3-year deal. Tobias Harris, 2 years, $31 million to go to San Antonio. Need a little more 3-point shooting. Need a veteran with some playoff experience. So Tobias Harris.
And also, too, the Sixers and Lakers could face off in the NBA Cup in Indiana.
I did leave that out. You're right. They could be in Butler Fieldhouse. We got to focus on that. Hinkle, bring it. DJ and PK.
NFL.
Taylor Swift, Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce, having their wedding tomorrow night inside Madison Square Garden in New York. PK, sports venue. Where would you want to get married? Rose Bowl? Yankee Stadium? Or you want family there, so you'd go with the retractable dome in Phoenix?
I could tell you some stories about family in my wedding, but you wouldn't want to hear it.
I think I actually heard, yeah.
I just want them to make sure that the thermostat is set to 78 in New York. That's the most important thing.
There it is. 80 if you leave the garden, right?
Is it 80 that high? Man.
If you're not going to be home. If you leave the garden. But yeah, 78 for you there.
Yeah. I'll set the temperature to whatever I want to set.
DJ and PK.
Hashtag Major League Baseball.
1-0. Swung on. Hit high and deep. Center field. Manga back to the track, to the wall. It's gone into the hedges. Alec Bohm, dead center field. It's his 10th of the year. It's a 2-run shot, and the Phillies now lead it 10-6 here in the bottom of the 8th.
Dansby Swanson, the batter, hits a fly ball into deep left center. Back toward the wall. Grand slam. Dansby Swanson with a grand slam to left.
Dansby Swanson, the grand slam, part of his 3-home run, 8-ribby performance in Chicago as the Cubs beat the Padres 23-3. They hit 8 home runs. How about the 4th and 7th when the Padres put goose eggs up there, huh? That was pretty sweet. 8 in the 8th. At the end of the game, the catchers pitch in and Ephus pitches and whatever. Just get out of there, get swept, and go home. Well, not go home, but go back to Southern California and play the Dodgers in L.A. Cubbies sweep the Padres.
Yeah, quite the day by Dansby.
Junior Caminero homers again. That's 8 home runs in the last 6 games. He's homered in 6 straight. The Rays beat the Royals 4-0. Junior Caminero lighting it up. Have a week.
Oh, yeah. Have a season.
Yankees have lost 7 in a row. Detroit beats them 6-2. It's the Yankees' longest losing streak since 2023.
Are you surprised they're doing this bad without Judge?
No. It's all coming back. Now they're back to being a 500 team is what they should have been. They just did it in chunks instead of bouncing back and forth every day or two. Major League Baseball Players Association, CBA talks. They talked to the league owners about increasing roster sizes from 26 to 28 for the first 15 days of the season, preventing established big leaguers from being overworked early in the season, giving more players opportunities to land on opening day rosters coming out of spring training. You like that idea, PK? Add a couple more pitchers, I guess?
Yeah, fine. I don't really care about that. If that's what they want, sure. But these negotiations now, I barely even pay attention because...
You need a deadline, and the deadline's too far away. They're going to push the deadline. We're going to be doing this in 2027. They're not going to have a deal before January 1 of 2027.
I'm afraid they're not going to have
one before
June
April 1. Oh, okay, June 1. Yeah.
But I'm fine with that. If the for just a few weeks, whatever. It would be flushed out, basically, be a wash because everybody would be doing it. No one would have an advantage over the other.
Hey, the Dodgers went with that bullpen game last night. It didn't work out. The Athletics win 7-1 in Sacramento. You ever heard of Charlie Barnes before? The guy who ended up taking the loss and giving up 6 of the 7 runs?
Chuck Barnes?
Never heard of him. Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. They got enough.
I mean,
they
got
enough
lose
W's.
60 games.
Yeah.
Just don't lose whatever the limit is, whether it's
3 or 4 in
less in the postseason. Yeah. So it didn't faze me.
Ohtani's scheduled to pitch. He's been pushed back to Friday night, game 2 of the 4-game series with the Padres. Bees lose to Vegas 10-6. They'll play again tonight. America First Square. Tony Park's on the air on 1280 The Zone at 6:20. DJ and PK.
Harry Kane Still Harry Kane! Oh, my word! Majestic! Harry Kane! Unbelievable! England lead 2-1!
Tielemans with the strike! Tielemans! Everyone's off the bench as Belgium leads for the first time.
Team Ream, only man there, able to steer it to Adams, flicks it along Tillman. He's got Balogun making a run off him. Can he get around to that ball? To the deflection, Balogun scores! Flo Balogun, first to react to the deflection. He'll do the LeBron celebration. It's 1-0 U.S.
The number 20 United States committee serious foul.
Yeah, it's going to be a red card.
The final decision is red card.
Wow. Look at how Vassal's giving up the entire right side of his goal. Tillman! It's in! Malik Tillman! 2-0 United States!
3 crazy games in the World Cup yesterday. The favorites win, but it was a tight battle. England gets the victory. Harry Kane scores twice in the last 15 minutes, and they pull out a 2-1 win over Congo. Senegal was up 2 goals, 85th minute. Belgium in the 86th and 89th minute to force another 30, and then a penalty right at the end of that, and Belgium escapes 3-2. And then the United States, they get the shutout, only their second shutout in the last, almost last full year. But it's the second one of the World Cup. So they're into the round of 16. But they'll be there without Phil Balogun, as you heard him pick up the red card. Harsh red, PK. Could have been a yellow easily, but it was a red, so now he's going to miss the Belgium game in Seattle on Monday. They'll have to figure it out without him as they try to get to the quarterfinals for only the second time in the modern era.
Do it without him. I just don't know. I was watching the game.
Yeah.
I have the DirecTV, and it wasn't available because they're having some squabble with Fox Sports, right? So I think, I got all these channels. It's got to be on something that I don't ever look at. And sure enough, I found it.
Telemundo?
Yeah.
All right.
And nothing against soccer announcers. DJ's my favorite by far.
Thank you, PK. But the Spanish worked for you, even though you weren't exactly sure what was going on? It worked?
But see, I don't really listen to announcers.
Yeah.
I watch the game. It's on, and they can say it, but I don't really pay attention to what they say. No, that's just me, and I'm not making a slant or slight against announcers, play-by-play, or analysts, or what have you.
But if you can see the ball go into the net, you don't really care what somebody else, whether it's bang in an NBA game or goal in a soccer game. It doesn't really matter to you because you just saw the ball go in the net. Yeah.
I was watching the game with none other than Gordon Monson.
Oh, really?
Yes. And, we're talking, carrying on, watching the game. And, I mean, it is soccer, so you're not glued into every second. No offense, guys. I know the two of you just live and die it. But you can kind of casually watch it. And then if he missed the penalty kick, and I said, well, just wait a second. I'll show it again. You'll get to see it. And the game's over, and he says, man, that coach for the U.S., he looks like Russell Crowe. And I said, yeah, I've been saying that for weeks. I said, there's got the hair, body type, facial structures. I said, yeah, he does. He goes, oh, man, I'm glad you said that because I thought I was the only one. I said, no, call Jake Hatch. I told him weeks ago that the guy looks like Russell Crowe. I said, and I can't pronounce his last name, so I just call him Russell Crowe.
Are you not entertained? Spain, heavy favorites over Austria later today. PK, you've been talking about the lack of upsets. The favorites have been prevailing, with the exception of Germany. But it has been close. Portugal favored to beat Croatia. If you're looking for an upset, I'm going with Croatia, PK. Switzerland and Algeria, the third game tonight.
I'd like to go to Croatia. I understand it's very beautiful.
I have heard that.
Yes, and where I lived in California, there was a high percentage of Croatians who lived there because the typography reminded them of the homeland.
Yes.
Hillsides with the ocean right there.
Yeah. Yeah, for all the people who think that going to Italy and going to the beach, Italy, the Mediterranean, that's fabulous. Well, right across a little sliver of water from the Italian coast, there sits Croatia with a coast of its own. So,
yeah,
visualize that. DJ and PK.
Hashtag NHL.
Utah Mammoth, an active day. They signed former Islanders captain Anders Lee, 3-year deal with the AAV of $5.4 million. They also trade defenseman Sean Durzi, forward prospect Cole Bedone, and a third-round pick to the Rangers to acquire center Vincent Trocheck, 3 years, $5.2 million AAV. So adding a couple players, and they apparently going to have to replace Barrett Hayton here. What are they going to do? The Devils have signed Barrett Hayton to an offer sheet. 1 year, $4.78 million. Utah could match it, but then they couldn't trade him, and he'd be an unrestricted free agent in a year. He's a restricted free agent right now. So what will they do there? But guys coming and guys going, an active day for the Utah Mammoth, PK.
On the surface, it looks like, they're upping the ante in the win now mode in terms of trading a prospect. Now, he wasn't the number one, number two, but last week when Bill Armstrong was mentioning guys, I believe he mentioned his name. I think that's where I heard it. And we've known of the name for sure. So it looks like get some veteran guys, get more size, that type of thing. And away they go. They're anticipating, it looks like, the possibility of not just maybe an incremental improvement, but maybe a step or two beyond that.
Coming up, we will talk with Greg Wyshynski about exactly that question at 8:30. ESPN senior NHL writer joins us then. Ben Anderson, Jazz insider for KSL Sports. Coach Jake and Ben will be here at 9 o'clock. We'll talk about all the changes with the Jazz, what's next, Walker Kessler in L.A., how's the West stacking up, where should expectations be? We'll get to all that at 9 o'clock. As a matter of fact, I think we'll get to some of that in the rest of the 7 o'clock hour. That is What's Trending, brought to you by Shamrock Plumbing. There's no job too big or too small. Get the personal touch with Shamrock Plumbing. Question of the day is next. Stay with us.